Welcome
Welcome
to Shade
to
and the
Shade in the
City.
City.
I'm your girl Treese,
It's Nels.
and today we are here to do our review on the love and the marriage in the number one city of America. I can only say it one more time because we're done. We're done. We are
Until
finally
until
done
until,
with seasons
until next season.
until season 6/7, whatever they want to do. Because some people believe it's 6, the own says it's 7, whatever you want to do. But anyway, it's time to be done. So yeah, we're doing the part 3 of the reunion. If you have not already, Shade Squad and all of our new viewers, please make sure that you hit that like button.
And the subscribe button.
And y'all, I just gotta say, as I always like to start off the videos with an attitude of gratitude, but thank you, thank you, thank you, as always, for continuing to help us grow and glow. I love seeing the numbers go up. I can't wait till we can get to that 1K. So continue to share us and help us get there. But y'all, let's get into this reunion. Let's close this down because I am tired, a little bit tired of
Once and for all.
and I'm ready to go into DC. And by the way,
I feel like it didn't have to be 3 parts.
it didn't. But I'm really ready to go into DC next week. So, and by the way, you can go catch our recaps of DC. Go look through the playlist of season 1, season 2, and get caught up as we pick back up with part 2 of season 2, which is figure it out. But anyway,
Right. Let's
get into it. Let's get shady. So Mel and Miss Betty are still going at it. Stormy is trying to interrupt, but Miss Betty keeps trying to talk over Mel, which was really getting on my nerves. I really was not here for Miss Betty's presence. Mel finally tries to give the attention to Stormy and asks Miss Betty, why are you even addressing me? I know she wanted to say old heifer. And then Miss Betty tells Carlos, I don't know what you let her have, but she ain't having it with me. Okay. And so
wait, what? I missed that. She said what?
Yeah, she said, I don't know what you let her have, but she isn't having it with me. And then Mel tells Miss Betty
What does that mean?
and I don't know. And then Mel tells Miss Betty that they can have whatever she wants to have. It can be upstairs, on the floor, whatever Miss Betty wants to do. Oh yeah, I made sure I stopped it and put the captions on. Because I kept saying, what is she saying? I was like, what is this old like?
Maybe that's why, because I heard Mel. What? I'm confused. I don't even know what that means.
But and this is what I'm talking
Look,
about.
it couldn't have been me because I'd have been like, that sound like fighting words.
That's like you again. That's like you watching Real Housewives of Potomac and then getting an opportunity to be on the show, and maybe you've always not like Candace, and then you get an opportunity to be on the show or be in the show in some capacity, and you take every chance you get to go with Candace because of what you've watched on screen. Because that's why she said, I really didn't like you before, but now that I know you, that's what she meant. So basically, she didn't like her when she was watching her on TV, and now that she knows her in person, she really don't like her. And guess what, Miss Betty? We don't care. We don't like you. Well, I don't. But anyway, so then, yes.
Right? Goodness.
So then, Carlos finally interrupts the two and gives Stormy the floor. Stormy admits that she likes Mel, and here's my whole thing. This should have been a whole conversation that could have been had without this other mouthpiece, okay? So and
people don't answer the phone, don't answer texts, and things like that. So
she could have called Carlos and got her number.
So why I gotta do all that? Teresa, I'm not listening to me. If I can't contact you and you my sister, boo. If you got me blocked or you done changed your number,
I know y'all hear this, right? This is a threat.
What I'm not gonna do.
Do you hear this? Is a living threat. She is saying, if I cut her off, she is coming looking for me.
That is not what I said.
If I don't accept her calls, if I don't answer,
I never once did I say coming looking for you. What I was going to say. What I was gonna say was, if you change your number, girl, okay, and you don't hit me up, okay? And you're my sister. I expect you to say, hey, this is my new number. Send me a text, something, okay? If you do not do that, and I'm trying to reach out to you, I can't get in contact with you, no way, no how. You think, and I'm gonna use your term, you think I'm going all the way around Robin Hood's barn to try to get in contact with you? When you ain't even thinking about me, you have no thought of me. You didn't think of me to give me your new number.
Well,
call Carlos. No, I'm not. Absolutely
okay.
not.
So anyway, basically, Stormy feels like things went too far with the tweet situation and thinks that things could have been reeled back in. She brings up the point that Tiffany is leaving the show because it became too much and says that it's hard, when you're trying to build something, similar how to Mel built this show. And she says that she doesn't want, their relationship to disintegrate, but also wants to make it clear that how her mother feels is not how she feels, basically. And so Miss Betty makes it clear that she doesn't like Mel. And as I said, she said at first it was her way, and now it's just her. Mel tells her, shame on her for not, huh?
She says, shame on you, girl.
You stupid. Mel tells her, shame on her for not liking her and not knowing anything about her, and tells her to be an example. And then Carlos asks where they stand, and Stormy says that, after the whole day, that she just, regardless, she still has respect for everybody on that stage. And so that's kind of how that went.
So Carlos brings up how letting Junior go caused a rift between the two sisters, Miss Betty and her sister. And he asked Junior how things are going working with Stormy. Now, he apologized, okay, for taking advantage of his cousin's kindness, okay, which I'm glad he did, because everybody named mama knew that's exactly what it was. Okay, I'm the cousin, I ain't going nowhere, and she showed you wrong, okay? And then said, he was working for her, but he decided the relationship is more important than a paycheck. And now he's the manager at a restaurant. And it actually made Stormy emotional because, she said that she understands, but she would prefer him to be a manager at Canvas Beauty. And Carlos thinks that it's beautiful, and basically shows, how he truly loves her. Basically, because, look, Canvas Beauty was probably paying for real.
Right.
And now he's working for these strangers and probably took a pay cut. That's love.
Yeah, that's love.
That's love, girl.
Okay. And you probably had some sort of slack because it was your family, but not that you're supposed to take it, but you know what I mean? So that's good. But he's like, I value the relationship.
Now, Carlos said that they did invite Aunt Lisa, but she decided not to come. And, he asked Miss Betty where they stand. Miss Betty said things are still the same, but at the end of the day, that is her sister. And she would love to mend things if it were possible. But, on her part, she tried. Carlos said that why, he asked why they can't mend things. And she said, well, did you watch the same damn show I was on? She said, that lady told me I was not her sister. He's like, what am I to do? Okay. And Carlos says that he completely understands. He just hopes that Junior and Stormy can be an example for them, and hopes that one day, her sister will be more receptive to mending the relationship between the two. Now, Carlos moves on to the Fletchers. Nell said initially she didn't want to be on the show because she had her own stuff she was going through, and she didn't want all her stuff out in the streets.
Nell looked beautiful.
Like the rest of these people here on
the show. You have to say that.
Let me say something.
Nell, to me, was the best dressed on that stage. Hair, if you think about hair, dress.
I remember hair. Because I remember seeing Tisha's wig lifting up on the side.
Oh, you stupid. But the dress, Nell's dress was like gold. It was like it was beautiful.
I don't remember the dress. I don't
remember. It was very beautiful. It was,
but
everything from head to toe. Like, how
normally I feel like Nell normally looks
like, or somebody, I think, oh no, it was one of somebody on Twitter. I said Tisha, I thought this was Tisha's best look. And when somebody said no, the shoes or something like that, they were like, did you see her shoes? They do not go with her, I guess, because she had them sparkly silver shoes with that green dress. And when they did a close-up, I was like, yeah, they don't really.
I didn't see.
I get the sparkle vibe, but
I think I was more looking at these wigs.
You might have been.
Everybody's wigs was laid And Tisha's was too, just, she just had a sideburn, just lifting, maybe a blood vessel pop or something, I don't know. So basically, she did say that her family's doing a lot better. Chris checks in on her more, and she's decided that, she feels that she feels like it was really all about money. And she's not about to let that interrupt her relationship or her communication with her kids, mainly Chris.
Right.
And basically, says that if they do take a loan, then she ain't gonna worry about it. They just pay her back when they can. I said, okay,
I
well,
don't know if part of me believed that.
you're just gonna stop loaning out so much damn money. That's what it
Right,
is.
that's what it sounds like to me. She just ain't gonna be so anxious to loan.
So
Um,
Carlos asked why they felt left out when, they weren't able to talk at the Black Business Expo.
yes,
Okay. Chris said because, they've had a few businesses in the community for over 30 years, and they thought that they were at least associates with these people. Nell said that for her, it's the fact that Tisha actually told them that she would include them. And she said, if you're going to stand on business, okay, do what you say you're going to do. Tisha said initially she spoke with Chris, okay, and invited Chris. She made a point to let it be known, never once, never, ever, ever did I say Nell.
no, right.
It was Chris this whole damn time. So then she said, then things got out of hand. She got a little busy, and then she was mainly just focused on the core six. So Chris was like, so Stormy is part of the core six?
Right. I love when he pulled that card. I said, you better, Chris.
And she said no, but I talk to her all the time, and I didn't have a
I know her
relationship with Nell.
business. I
And
know
I
what she do.
and I didn't talk to Nell. My thing is, you said you didn't even invite Nell. So what does you talking to Stormy all the time versus not having a relationship with Nell have to do with inviting us? You were still supposed to hit me up, meet Chris, and invite me. What does one have to do
I
with the
really
other?
didn't know them like that.
So why are you inviting people? Okay, so Marcel said, one time he came by and saw Chris cleaning the truck, and Fletcher let him know that he had a cleaning company for a long time. So Marcel was like, what? You got a cleaning company and you do real estate? And he said he ain't mentioned nothing about Nell's business, and he feels like it's sexist for leaving him in the dark like he did. Carlos said what everybody else was thinking. It's rich for you to call someone sexist.
Someone sexist. I thought that was actually very funny. I was like,
Then Carlos asked Nell how she found out Chris cheated on her. Marceau said, welcome to the reunion. I said, well, that's so basically she said, somebody else told her. It was not the other woman that told her, because she said that girl she ain't bold enough. She don't think nobody bold enough to come tell about her man. Okay. Unless they want to be limping back, pulling back a nub. All right. But then she said, she wouldn't let up. And then basically he backed his ass into a corner. They separated for 18 months. And then, she forgave his ass because she said, love make you do crazy stuff.
right.
It was giving. I don't really think that. Well, no, she said that they was in love, but I'm gonna leave it alone. So basically, Nell says that she was adamant on Martell and Mel working it out, basically because she saw Chris and Martell. She said the cockiness, the clothes, the arrogance, and she told Martell's ass his arrogance is gonna write him a check his ass can't cash and make him lose his damn family. Okay, but he didn't want to believe it. He didn't want to believe it. Mel said she's seen it too.
You horse man. Yeah, like
She did. That's what she said. Okay.
she's sitting there, her tits like I think.
She said, I seen it too. And she did. Shoot. Okay. She said that, they used to stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning counseling them. So, she can appreciate the fact that, they have real genuine friendships, and believes that that they don't pick sides. She says that, they're both being supportive. They just know the ins and out of their stuff. Okay.
Right.
So then Carlos brings up the Houston trip and says, the question everybody wants to know is, who the hell was the woman that Martell brought in? This man said, I don't even remember her name. She was just there to give me a massage. It was no happy ending. I had a crank in my neck.
That's
Somewhere
what
else.
I said.
Mel said, well, where the hell was the massage table? You know, every licensed masseuse has one. He said, well, I wasn't checking for no license. And, you know, the technicalities and things like that.
Right. He's like, I'm bougie like you.
And, you know, he basically said, I did not have relations with that woman. Nobody believes it.
Nobody believes him, but I just didn't understand the point. Well, I guess maybe to have coof, or I don't know. What would be the point? You already brought it in the house. So clearly you wanted to do it up under Mel's nose. You knew it was gonna be on TV. So why not just admit that you smashed? Like, I don't understand why you care about telling the truth.
Because he wants to continue to be seen as a liar, manipulator, and a gaslighter in her eyes. This is what they don't. This is why she thinks it's hilarious, because it's like, you haven't changed.
Right. It just doesn't. Okay.
Look, you don't even have this no more, and you're not even the owner of this no more, and here
Right.
you're still lying. Okay.
I guess.
So Maurice said, he wanted to meet whoever the hell it was. He said, I thought I knew who she was. I was going to the refrigerator and I heard a little creeping, somebody climbing over the gate and creeping through the house. He said, I want to go see. He said, but I ain't know that lady. I ain't recognize her. There's a whole.
He said, sorry to this lady. I don't know this lady.
Exactly. He said it wasn't a baby mama. He said it wasn't Sheree. It wasn't 10, 11 ladies that I knew from Atlanta. I don't know none of these. I don't know her. Now, apparently, Mel also had a woman come and give her a massage. But, and of course, Martell jumped on her. He's like, ain't nobody going to get on her? Ain't nobody they like, they like, Martell, where'd you find this masseuse? He's like, well, Mel, where'd you find your masseuse?
Right.
She's like, as long as you don't take my answer, I tell you, don't take my damn answer. So she said that she found her masseuse on Zeal. This is an app she uses all the time.
I've used Zeal before.
She said, when she out of town, she needed a massage, so she uses Zeal. Carlos said he even used it. He's like, yeah, you know what? That's right. That's the name of it. It is called Zeal. Marcel said, no. He means Zelle. I said, what? Well, right.
Carlos addresses Martell about getting mad at Nell for defending Mel. And Martell says that he gets upset because she's coming at him about something that he did years ago. And he brings up Melody cheating again. I don't even know why we went down this rabbit hole. That again, we could have smashed all of this into 1 and 2. But anyway. So, and Nell says, well, if she did cheat, she deserves a pass after Martell cheating for 5 years. And then, Carlos asked Martell when he thinks Melody cheated. And he does say 5 or 6, he says 5 or 6 years into the marriage, I believe he said. So I feel like he was trying to say she did it first or something like that. Is trying to insinuate she did it first. So then Mel antagonizes him and asks, was it 2014 or 2015? And he's like, see, if you didn't cheat, and she's just sitting there laughing. And basically, basically tells him, I've never seen someone so concerned about a vagina that nobody longer belongs to them. Good job, Mel. Good job.
I said, wow. Look, I think Carlos even knew, you know what? It is time to move on from here.
Right.
He said, let's move on.
So then Carlos addresses Chris.
He was not playing fair.
You stupid. Carlos addresses Chris and brings up how some of the viewers don't like how he allows Martell to get loud with Nell and be all up in her face. Chris says that they're so close and like family that he views it as brother and sister. Brothers and sisters arguing. And Mel says, regardless of being friends, she views them as their elders. And regardless of what they have to say, she, basically gives them the utmost respect. Or he should give them the utmost respect, which I agree.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Carlos asked Martell if he feels like, you feel like you owed him an apology. He said we owe each other an apology, for allowing our emotions to get the best of us. So you can't just apologize.
Right.
You can't just say, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
It's giving you haven't changed. a bit. Okay. He's saying, you know, what if Nell had walked up on him? You know, she got to apologize for that. And then he says that he doesn't think a man should disrespect a woman, but he doesn't feel that a woman should raise her voice. If a man raises her his voice back at her, it shouldn't be like, you know, oh, he's disrespecting her. So he said that he feels like that's a woman overstepping her boundaries. And then Marceau chimes in and says, and then playing the woman card. Now, Nell said, boo, I got a voice. Okay. And I speak for all women. All right. If you got in my face, okay, then I'm like, damn, like, you know, what am I supposed to do? Like, your wife is here yelling at me.
Right.
So Chris says, you know, he says that him and Chris had a conversation, and basically Chris told him, like, that's who Nell is. Like, what you want me to do? It looked like that pissed Mel off. She was like, that's what Chris said. Like, we're gonna have to have a conversation after this show. Like, what? Chris, you said what? Nell said, you know, that
I
basically
really feel like Mel be checking him for real.
who? Chris?
Chris.
Nell be checking everybody.
Yeah.
Be checking everybody. That's why she's great for TV.
Okay. She's amazing.
She's amazing. And basically,
I feel like she saved the show. If they obviously we know they're gonna come back for another season, and I feel like it's honestly because of the Fletchers and because we no shade got rid of the Whitlows.
So Nell says that basically she minds her own business until you mess with her. Marcel says, not really. Not when you constantly talking about how I cheated on my ex-wife and, you know, that's how I lost my family. She said, sir, you put me in your business. He said, well, not that day. Not that day I didn't. That's what he said. That's what he said. Okay. And she said, okay, well, I've been in your business for a long ass time. Okay. And she's like, you know what? I do look at you like a brother. Okay. And we've had these conversations. We both got tempers and we both clash. Okay. So then Carlos moves on to Keke. Surprise visit, trip to Houston. Okay. And you know how Tisha basically felt disrespected and blindsided. She said, yeah, she did. Okay. Because she made it very well known she didn't want to be in that lady's presence nowhere around Keke at all. Okay. Right. Keke said that she came on the trip to amend for the wrong she had done, but not necessarily to make things right. And expressed that, you know, she knew she was wrong for throwing anything on her at all. And, you know, she wanted to own that and apologize for it. But, you know, she also came to Texas so she could turn up. She wouldn't have a good time. Houston, baby.
Hey, you said Houston, baby.
Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. Okay. Look,
where Meg at?
You said what?
I said, where Meg at?
Let me tell you something. I can understand why Tisha would have been mad at that, but look, I don't want to be in Houston too.
I would want to be in Houston too. I mean, you can't be trying to talk to me. And I felt like, I mean, she did a good job for the most part of staying away from Tisha and minding her business. I think she really was just trying to get there to get her check. Because if you don't film, you don't get paid. I think that's why she wanted to be there.
So Carlos asked Nell, why was it important for Keke to join the trip? She said it wasn't. It was given, I really didn't give a damn. Okay. She expressed that to Keke. She said, you know, things could go left. Okay, if you come on this trip. But she said Keke gonna do what Keke want to do. Right. So really it didn't matter what the hell I said. Right. Carlos asked if the relationship I think is unalived forever. That's what it's supposed to say. Is unalived forever. And Tisha said, yes, sir. It most certainly is. She says that she doesn't even care. Like, she don't know what the hell before she was doing. She said she don't even care. And she can't help the fact that they're family. But, you know, one thing I got my choice over, my friends. Okay. And I choose not to be in this energy around this negativity.
I thought it was sad though when they said that their daughters are best friends.
You know, but somebody who ain't got no notes. I told you I watched it. She surely want to skip ahead. She surely want to. Okay, I'm sorry. She surely want to skip ahead.
I'm just saying, I did watch it. It was an error. It was a glitch. What do you
It was a glitch in the matrix.
Right.
So then Carlos brings up that Tisha is basically the reason why Keke is on the show. And people are wondering if, she used Tisha to get on the show and cement her spot and then basically chose the show over her. Keke said that was not her intention at all. Okay. And that's not what she did. She said that both of their goal was to get her on the show. And it was just supposed to be, the two of them, just the two of us. And then she said that, huh?
She didn't want to put her on there because of all the stuff she had going on.
Well, then, she said Tisha basically switched up on her. She changed. You got dough and you change. Okay. So basically,
you change,
right?
you change.
That's
You got dough and change, got dough and you change.
Exactly. So Tisha said, she didn't switch up. She put herself in Keke's shoes and all the issues she was dealing with. And she didn't want her to come on TV, ruin her life, ruin her marriage. Okay, all for reality TV. But she says she continued to do it, and whatever comes up comes out. She said it's out of washed my hands with it. It is out of my hands. Okay. Keke said there was only two things that she was dealing with, and it was the drug use and the infidelities, and those are up and out of here. Okay. Martell and Marcel.
Like you really imitate Keke. Like Keke.
Look, I'm trying to do Tisha with the little puppets. I ain't got no hand puppets, okay? Yeah. So basically, then Martell and Marceau said, yeah, that ain't all. That ain't it, boo. And she said, okay, well, if it's something else, please tell it. Marceau said that he has never revealed any new information on anybody on the show, and it's their story to tell. She said she faces up to all her problems and she ain't got nothing to hide. So Carlos asked if she wants to reconcile her relationship with Tisha. And she said, of course she does. She would be lying if she said she didn't. Tisha said, this is the same woman that wants me to divorce my husband. All the things, y'all heard all the things. Y'all heard all of the things she said earlier about me. Okay. And it's the same person talking about how she loved me. How she want to reconcile. Who that for?
Right.
Keke said Tisha knows, when I get angry, I go for the jugular. It's not right. I know it's not right. It's what I do.
Not right, but it's okay.
No, it's not.
I'm gonna do it anyway. It's just what she's giving.
So Carlos tells the ladies that, he really hopes that they can move past this, especially for the sake of their daughters. And Tisha seems like she got a little emotional and says, that's really what hurts because their daughters are best friends. So Carlos tells them that, he hopes that they find a way, even with their issues, for the girls to still be involved in each other's life. And Marcel said, it ain't us. It's her over there. She the one that's blocking our number out her daughter's phone. Keke is adamant. She don't know what he talking about. She ain't never done nothing like that. Then Carlos moves on to Tisha taking
Not like that.
Not like that. Not like that.
You stupid.
So Carlos moves on to Tisha taking a pregnancy test when Marceau has been snipped. Okay. She said she's been pregnant before. Okay. And she had a lot of the same symptoms. So why the hell not? I could be pregnant again. Carlos asked him when it was brought to his attention, was there a thought in his mind that she could have stepped out on him? He said that was the only thought in his mind. And definitely believes that she's capable. What?
You are just killing me with oh. I probably would have been in tears. If you would have had Keke's voice, I probably would have been in tears. Oh.
Now, he said that, it's capability versus probability. Now, does he think that she probably would have did it? No. But is she capable? Yes, you know how he talk his stuff, okay? Right. Carlos brings up the fact that, she's been 10 toes down with him through all the accusations, through all the back pictures, Okay, through all of the things. Okay, and he said if a lady came to him and he said, you know, he didn't have sex with her, but she wanted a blood test, but the baby ain't his.
But he went ahead and did it anyway.
Tisha said, she gone. He said if he didn't do anything, what is
Why is he
he
going to
test
take
for?
the DNA test? Right.
And she said she didn't do anything. If she didn't do anything, what's she taking the test for? She said it is not the same. We're talking about a pregnancy test versus a blood test. That definitely means that you done stepped out. There's a huge difference. Huge difference. I'm not checking the paternity of a baby versus checking to see if I'm pregnant at all.
In his mind, if you're pregnant
Yeah.
and I have a vasectomy, then technically I'm checking the paternity of this baby.
What he said was, he said, no, he means the fact that you even possibly thought you could have been pregnant. Okay.
Right.
It would have meant that, you know, you got pregnant by somebody that could have got you pregnant. Let me tell you something. I don't use sex as a weapon, but she would have been on clank clank. And not because it's a weapon. It's just because it's not getting for you.
Oh yeah, you guys sit in timeout for a while, but at the same time, I can't. I guess because of everything they've been through and who he is, but I feel like if he was a regular man and a regular man was in that position that was not Marceau Scott, and I honestly think it would be like Marceau said, they would be looking at you like, no, because as a woman, you can't tell me you're going to take a DNA test. I just you know I always sided with Marceau on that.
No, it's different if a woman tells a man, hey, I'm taking a pregnancy test. Well, no, it's not, because that means if a woman tells you, hey, I'm taking a pregnancy test, that means that there's a possibility that you could have gotten her pregnant because you had sex and she's letting you know that there's a possibility I'm pregnant. Just like if a woman is pregnant already and she's taking a blood test, that means that you were one of the men that slept with her and this baby could be yours. What I'm telling you is I slept with you. Okay. And I'm having pregnancy symptoms and I took a pregnancy test. Nobody's contacting me. I'm not contacting anybody. There's no third party. I'm telling you, I'm feeling pregnant. Let's not get it twisted. This is not something
I was like, are we gonna act like the vasectomy didn't happen?
What I'm saying is,
okay.
What I'm saying is,
act like that didn't happen. I'm with Marcia.
I'm not, listen, I'm not taking,
I'm with, well, I can't even say for once.
I'm not taking her side, but what I'm saying is, all I'm saying is it's not the same thing.
It is not the same thing.
It's not the same thing. That's all I'm saying.
That the man had a whole vasectomy. And I'm not trying to be an asshole in this moment. I do believe in our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, but you can't tell me that Joseph didn't have no questions. Hey, you can't tell me Joseph did not feel similar. Like, what the hell? So I ain't even hit, and it's not.
So, basically, well, she said she ain't pregnant. Okay, she just been eating good. All right, it's the cornbread and the cabbage. Melody said, if she was pregnant, were you going to leave her? He said, hell yeah. And she said, well, I'm glad we're on the same page with that. Okay. Carlos asked Tisha if she stepped out. Oh, asked if Tisha stepped out on Marceau, would she be well in her right? Everybody said no except for Mel. And Kimmy felt like, you know, that was Carlos being messy and basically insinuating that he did actually cheat on her. He said, no, that was a Twitter fam. Twitter fam said, courtesy of the accusations, she would be well in her right. I agree with the Twitter fam. I agree. Now, after the break, Keke told Tisha, I don't know if she was talking to Tisha or she was talking to Marceau, because
I think she was talking to Marceau.
Okay, so she told Marceau that he was a lying bitch. He was a lying.
Right.
Okay. And then she said, what street was she walking on? Okay. What was he talking about her walking up the street? Because he only picked her up twice. He said, well, come on and get me, girl. Come on and get me. Tisha, this is so she makes me proud sometimes. Sometimes Tisha makes me proud, okay? Mm-hmm. Tisha said, I bet you won't cross. Don't you ever cross that line.
You stupid.
I guarantee you there'll be nothing to save you. That's what it was given. Okay. said, she said, you got away with it one time, boo. It won't happen again. I said, I was so proud. I was so proud. Look,
That was a good moment. I was like, okay, teacher.
all Keke could say,
she said it with her chest and everything.
all Keke could do was maneuver in her chair a little bit, say, you don't know me. What we know is you didn't get up and try to cross that line.
I was on the fence, though. I was on the fence.
Look,
she was working on the fence.
Listen. Whether Tisha get her ass kicked or not, it was giving the energy that I've been wanting her to give all season. Okay. Now, Carlos says this was a reunion that he could be proud of. Okay. Mel actually spilled some tea. Martell stayed awake, and Maurice actually talked. And then they revealed that Courtney and Chris's DNA results came back, and they are not cousins. Okay. But the other results came back and shows that Maurice is a millimeter. And then he switched it up and told him that he was a lemon drop. Listen, I don't know what the hell that means. I don't know what that means. All I know is I'm glad that it's over. Okay. Took 3 parts, but we are here finally and done.
Finally, because this was, if you really count all the episodes, because there was no reunion for season 6, and technically season 7 and season 6 were together, that was probably a total of almost 33, 36 episodes that we were watching Love and Marriage Huntsville. No season should be that long. I'm thankful that when they come back with DC, I think it's maybe all of 10 episodes, if that. I don't know, maybe 5 or 6, because we already have 5 from the first half of the season. So please, I want to see our people, but yeah. So thank y'all for tuning in. If you have not already, please make sure that you've hit that like button.
Make sure you comment.
You subscribe.
And you hit the notification bell.
And make sure you're following us on all the platforms, the TikTok, the Twitter, the Facebook, and the IG. And yeah, y'all, we will catch you we will catch you
in DC, boo.
In DC for the love and the marriage of.
Y'all coming to our hometown.
Okay. Yeah, come hither. Come hither. But yeah, so yeah, we will catch you next week for our review on the love and the marriage of the DC. All right. Have a good night. Bye-bye.